The 993rd edition of the MMA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog is hooking up new customers. Play just $5 and get $75 in bonus funds when you sign up with promo code MMA SGPN.
Howdy ho, Degenerinos. Welcome to episode 993 of the MMA Gambling Podcast, the Sports Gambling Podcast Network, dedicated to T-Rash, or Trash, as he's as I like to call him online, a watcher and or a listener of ours. He's doing good in football, so he is using some of that to play some of our future plays. So thanks for following along. Hopefully we don't lead you astray with our plays here. I am the Kitchener Terror, Jeff Fox. With me, Daniel Gumby Vreeland. We have made it to the lightweight division. A division in flux. It shouldn't be, but it's in flux now, Gumby, right? For out of the cage issues.
Yeah, it was one of those ones that made it really hard to handicap because you find yourself handicapping. Do I think this person is going to prison? And historically, that's been a big piece of lightweight.
Yeah, it's true.
You got BJ Penn, you got Conor McGregor. It's like a tradition unlike any other.
Jeremy Stevens. We were just talking.
No, but I mean, like in people who are champions.
Yes. Yes.
Jeremy Stevens not close to being a champion right now.
Hey, there's still a shot. He's still signed in the UFC. So of course we're talking.
There's not
talk about Ilya Topuria. Who knows when or if he'll ever fight again? So he really is following in Conor McGregor's footsteps. Not just the tattoos and the way he acts. He's really taking it all to heart, which is great to see. We did not hit our plays last year. I had Islam Makhachev. He didn't lose. I had him at minus 135, which is not a good play. But
no,
you had Arman Zarukian, which could happen.
Was a really great play.
No, plus 500. But if the UFC decided they didn't hate him, it would have been a good play. I guess he brought it out himself. It's not really. You can't really blame the UFC. They just have separate standards for some people. That's all. We both had Joel Alvarez as our long shots at plus 25,000.
And this is before we started our fun new rules.
Yes, we have fun new rules. So we're going to tell you about it in a sec. So we should probably dive into lightweight. After I remind you, you should get our app if you don't have it already. You can get access to all of our free picks and podcasts in one convenient place, the SGPN app. Download it for free in your app store. Just type in SGPN. You can tell we already did an episode today because the small talk has been very limited here, right? We just want to dive into it, get this over with. No,
yeah, we've been doing longer episodes anyway with the future. So you guys are getting your money's worth.
You are, because it costs you nothing. Lightweight is definitely very interesting division because we don't know when the champ's going to fight again. We do have a interim, which I love, interim title fights between a couple of guys not deserving of title fights of any sort.
You don't think Paddy is? I know he's taking a lot of crap, but I've thought about this more and more.
He's not the top contender, but he's not the top contender, but sure.
But okay, so let's say he's top 5, you don't think he's the top contender. If somebody came to you and said, "Hey, we need you to replace McMaynard," and they said, Ilya's on the shelf. We don't know how long he's going to be. We're going to do an interim title fight at lightweight. Who are the two people you put in?
Armin and Max Holloway.
Max Holloway? Yeah. I mean, I like Max Holloway.
5. He's won 4 or 5.
And how many of them at lightweight? How many of them at lightweight?
Yeah, that's the thing. He jumps around weight classes. So, fine. Armin and Paddy, but
that's what I would have done.
Armin would
too.
destroy Paddy. So yeah. But Justin Gaethje was causing fit that he was going to retire if he can get a title shot, and I guess they're putting him in it. So they're going to pretend these are the two best lightweights in the world in a couple weeks. UFC 324. Not complaining about seeing this fight. It's just the fact that it's for a fake belt is the issue. What else we got? They got Moicano and Ortega listed here, but we already talked about them. Are they fighting? Oh yeah, they're fighting at lightweight. We're talking about lightweight.
I almost mentioned it on yesterday's episode, but then I forgot.
Ortega's moving on up. We got Charles Oliveira. Actually, Charles Oliveira, Max Holloway. Is that not a better title fight than the one that we got?
But Charlie Olives isn't due for a title fight. He just got starched, right? Yeah. Like he just got knocked out.
He won his last fight.
Did he? Who did he beat? Oh, he beat Gamrot, right? Matthews Gamrot in between. Yeah. Completely forgot that fight happened at all.
Yeah.
But I mean, Do you like him over Gamrot in having lost the fight before, or do you like Paddy as a fresh face, having just absolutely obliterated Michael Chandler for us?
Yeah. And with you, this could be a number one contender fight, the Oliveira Holloway fight, because we don't know about Topuria.
Right.
We got Hooker versus BSD. I don't know what Dan Hooker, but with a quick bounce back, he's fighting less than a month now from now in Sydney, UFC 325. So that is a fight that has some meaning at the top of the division. Rafael Fiziev, Maurizio Hufi, that's obviously farther down the division, but still, on the fringes of a top 10 fight. They're fighting in Sydney as well. And I think that is it for the meaningful fights that we've got booked in. Maybe it for the fights period. Killian Salkield, who could be a good future guy. Wrong. They should make these guys fight each other already because they're both young guys.
I don't love Rongzhu. They're just looking for Rongzhu to get knocked out.
Yeah, he's already lost 3 times, so he may be young, but he's picking up the L's. All right, do you want to tell the people the rules? Did you tell the rules already? I can't even.
No, I didn't. Good. That was good transition.
Tell the people the rules, Gumby.
So if this is your first time watching one of our MMA Futures episodes, first of all, you can go back and you can listen to a whole slew of them because we've done every weight class lighter than lightweight up to this point. But we decided to make it a little interesting this year by throwing some rules in there. So rule number 1, each of us is going to start with $2,000 that we can use for all of the divisions put together. Once our $2,000 is up, we got nothing else to spend. And we got to spend half of it on what we're calling best bets, which are odds less than 1,200. And the other 1,000 has to be put on long shots, which are odds greater than 1,200. So that's the cutoff point. We put 1,200. And if it does happen to be 1,200, you can pick either category for it. We got to spend money in both best bets and long shots in every single of the 11 weight classes. So that means we do have to put at least 22 total bets down, but we can go over that. Obviously, we can spread it out and make multiple bets in any of those categories. And last but not least, all of our bets are going to be seen as bonus bets so that the payout does not include the stake. That way we just don't get super chalky on you. And instead we look for actual value to give to you guys.
There you go. Gumby has laid out the rules for you. And as we said up top, kind of a division in flux once again. Lost the champion and may lose its next champ. Yet I see Ilia Topuria as I guess you could bet on him and he doesn't have to fight and not get stripped. I see him at minus 200, which is crazy, but
I got him at negative 110. I mean, we could just get to best bets. Do you want to just?
Yeah. You want to dive in or go ahead?
I'm first this one. I'm taking $90 on Ilia Topuria. At first I was like, man, I got to find somebody else to find some value here. It seems scary and whatever, but like he's gonna come back from this. They're not going to strip him. He's not hurt in any way, shape, or form. Yes, there seems to be some like legal snafus here. But he seems very confident. He's releasing like a statement every other day, like a lawyer, lawyer speak statement on Instagram where he posts, what he's doing and what he's up to and why he's here and denouncing any of the like negative headlines. Like it seems like he's like well on top of this and like very comfortable with, not comfortable, but like comfortable with where this is to the point where, he's just like regularly making public statements about it. I think we see him back in August. He fights one time, probably fights the winner of Paddy and Gaethje, and then doesn't have to defend it again. It's like we're talking about a possible bet here at negative 110 that Ilia Topuria wins one fight in 2026.
Maybe even one fight.
Yeah. And like, you're right. Maybe one fight. Maybe he just tries to hold on to it and they don't strip him. They do seem to really like the guy, right? Like he moved up a weight class to try to chase Islam. Like, I guess maybe you could worry about him moving up again to try to chase Islam, but he's not going to do that with all this other stuff hanging over his head.
Not enough time.
No, it's like, it sets up perfect for a summer fight with Paddy Pimblett. And unless you really think he's going to lose to Paddy Pimblett or Justin Gaethje, like after starching Volkanovski and Max Holloway, like, man, I just don't see it. So yeah, I'm going Ilia Topuria. I'm going to take $90. I found him at negative 110 in one book. So, again, we've talked about it for this whole series. Shop around, folks, because you could get negative 200, negative 250 in some books, but there's one out there that has negative 110. So that's my play. Ilia Topuria retains.
And I was just like you, with the thinking like, oh man, who am I going to pick to be the title contender here? But I don't, our title holder at the end of the year, but you don't have to pick anyone new. As Gumby laid it out, Torreira has to fight once. Torreira, I would argue, doesn't even have to fight once. The UFC have had people sit on belts for,
he will.
And UFC has had people sit on belts for over a year, and John Jones and the like, and they like Torreira more than him for sure. So give me $90 as well on Torreira, because that's basically what I have left per division. So $90 him at -110. Pretty clear. I want to say clear path to victory. He already has the title, so all he has to do is sit on it or beat, like we said, Paddy Pimblett Paddy Pimblett or Justin Gaethje, which I see neither of them posing much of a challenge in him.
Yeah, I am going to throw one more best bet down before we close out the this portion of it. I'm going to throw $10 on Paddy Pimblett. I see him at 550 right now. You know, pretty much this is just a quick little safeguard in here on just in case Aaliyah winds up dropping the title. Like if this court case does get messy, I kind of think it's Paddy's spot, because look, I think he's going to beat Gaethje. The more and more I think about that fight, I think he's just like a really bad matchup for Gaethje, especially the way he's been fighting lately. And I think then when you combine that with, you know, like they don't really like Arman, it seems like they're going to make him fight his way back to the top a second time. Like who else is he going to defend against? You know, like maybe Max Holloway gives him a run. So I just say, like, you know, the promotion of Paddy Pimblett is real easy for them. It wouldn't shock me if they, you know, promoted him to undisputed champ after this, and then he just rode it out to the end of the year, maybe needed one more win. So, you know, that's a little safeguard on that. I'll throw $10, Paddy Pimblett.
Yep. Makes sense to me. I won't be putting any more money on it. Gumby, you only have $270 left for the last 4 divisions. I hope you have it planned out.
I 270 bucks. Are you doing the math there right?
My spreadsheet might not be doing the math right here. Let me see. Let me add her up, ladies and gentlemen. You spent $730 so far, it says.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back and double check. But yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right. Before we talk some boring math. No, we're not going to talk more math. Let me tell you about Chalkx. We just partnered up with Chalkx, a real money prediction market legal in all 50 states. In all 50 states, you can trade tons of markets in sports, including NFL, college football, college basketball, NBA, NHL, and more. Plus, you can even trade props like first touchdowns. Besides sports, they have tons of other markets, including politics, entertainment, how they even have weather plays. So Chalkx, you can trade anything. Gumby writes articles at sportsgamblingpodcast.com telling you some of the things you can actually bet on Chalkx. New Chalkx customers get $20 when you use promo code SGPN. That's Chalkx, Kalshi, promo code SGPN. And Underdog is your home for pick'em entries where you can win up to 5,000 times your entry. Underdog has you covered this holiday season and all seasons with Underdog Unwrapped. You'll unwrap tons of promos all throughout the holidays, all throughout the year for that matter. They always have deals going on. Gumby, do you have a play for the people?
Sure. Let's go basketball. The Celtics and the Bulls tonight on Monday. I'm going to take Jaylen Brown's higher than on his points. They're finally cracked and have not put him at 29.5. We've now got 31.5. So we're looking for 32 from Jaylen Brown. But look, he's playing the Bulls. They're awful on defense. Their entire front court is banged up. Look for Jaylen Brown to go absolutely bonkers on Monday.
Okay. He's still not high enough. It's still not high enough for Gumby on Jaylen Brown. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get $75 in bonus funds when you sign up with our code MMA SGPN. Before we move on, do you need to adjust your plays at all for today?
Well, no, because I'm just looking back at what you sent me via text message in our prep. You said I had spent $530
right
going into
yesterday's left
before yesterday's episode. No, which would mean I had $570 left. I spent $100 on both of the 2 episodes. That would be $7.
You have $470 left. $470 left. $530, $470 to $1,000.
Oh yeah, $470. So I would have $270 left. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Is that not what you said? Oh, okay. I thought you said $170. So
no, I'm sorry. $270 left, 4 divisions. So
okay,
we're good. I promise you no more boring math, but there you go.
All right, there you go.
We did boring math. I guess I have to do the I want to see silly plays. Actually, let's talk about some funny odds. Do you see anyone on the? There's a lot of fighters offered this division. You see any names that jump out at you as ridiculous?
No, I don't think so.
No,
not
it's all
really.
People I've heard of. So yeah. All right. I guess Jeremy Stevens plus 100,000 is when I play. No, Jim Miller is down there as well. All right, who am I going to take here? It's got to be plus. How about? I see Volkanovski here, but I don't see him coming up. I guess he possibly could come up. How about? You don't see Oliveira and Holloway are not plus 1,200 anywhere, right? Any other books?
No, they do.
I see them the high triple figures here. All right, give me Benoit Saint Denis. Exciting fighter, finishes people. He's got a fight booked. He fights. He's quite frequently in the cage. I can see him turning some heads and winning enough fights to get himself a title shot. Give me $50 on him. I see him at plus 2,000. Do you have?
That's what I got. That's what I got too. Exact same amount here. And I'm gonna go exactly the same way as you just did. I'm gonna go with Benoit Saint Denis, 20-1, $50. Same thing here. You know, he's outside of kind of getting wildly upset by Poirier. He's looked really good. You know, like and he was, you know, not for anything, winning that fight too, right? You know, he looked really good until he didn't. And, you know, since then, just in there absolutely smashing people. And, you know, I think, you know, with you said he's got a fight booked already too, right?
He's fighting Fiziev, I think. Fiziev, no, actually, is it Fiziev? Yeah, I think it's Fiziev. No, Hooker, I'm sorry, which is fine.
Even better
in my books.
Yeah. Good to promote the fight. Good to move him on up. All that kind of stuff. Yeah, I like that a lot for him.
Yep. Now, is there anyone else? This division is so up in the air right now. I don't think there's anyone else. I'm trying to see if there's anyone else I could see. Any other long shots possibly getting a Ferris I am possibly could. He's on a nice roll. What number do you see for him?
I don't think
plus 25,000. Let's throw like $15 on him just because he's young guy on a roll. I don't see him.
You said 25,000?
20, yeah, plus 25,000. Yeah.
That's a big
crazy, right?
shot. Yeah. It's crazy that he's more. Yeah, it's crazy that he's more than like Kevin Vallejos, who we talked about yesterday. That's a nutty one. Who's he coming off beating? Is it Nazim Sadikov?
Let's give you a little rundown here. Whose smile did he kill last, Gumby? He's also a guy that fights fairly frequently, at least a couple times a year. Sadikov, yep. Mike Davis, Matt Frivola, Claudio Puelles, Jai Herbert. So and then Michael Figlak. So he's on a roll. He hasn't lost since February 2022. So
yeah, it just like feels like he needs a bigger name in there, right?
Yes, for sure.
Catapult him forward. Here's what I'm going to go with is this will be my last one too. I'm not going to go any deeper than this. I'm going to take the problem, Chris Duncan. Right now I'm seeing Chris Duncan out there 70-1. So I'm going to take $30 on Chris Duncan. I think, you know, pretty obvious path to the belt here for him. It just involves like finally getting a couple of step ups and like, look, he's looked other than after he lost, he'd lose 2 in a row there. And like, he has rebounded in like a really big way. So about the problem.
You saw him at 75 plus
70-1.
Okay. 71. Okay. Yeah. That's what I see too. All right, cool. We'll talk a bit more about the division after. I remind you about Novig. We're brought to you by Novig, Novig. Novig, once I get it to it, is America's #1 sports prediction market. Novig are getting the best prices because they have reduced juice on bets. Download the Novig app and get $50 when you spend $5 if you use our promo code SGPN. Get in on the action with Novig, promo code SGPN. And Rhythm has crushed NFL this season. They've been especially good on props. Really good at identifying when to fade players and take those unders. College basketball is up and running, and with 300 plus schools, Rhythm has predictions for every game, every night. It pairs nicely with the daily college experience shows on our network. That way, with Mac, Colby, and Noah, that way every game you are prepared. Super easy to sign up, run predictions off the house model, or make your own and play with these sliders. With so many sports and life, this makes it easy to get an elite prediction on a game. That way you can focus on other things. Gumby likes to give you elite predictions on this show as well. Go ahead.
Sure. We talked a little bit before about the Bulls and the Celtics on Monday night. I'm going to give you some expert analysis here. The Bulls only beat teams that are pretty good. They beat the Cavaliers twice. They beat the Sixers twice. They went in there and beat the Magic shorthanded. and they lose to crappy teams. They lost to the Hornets and the Nets, and well, turns out the Celtics are good, so that probably means we're looking at a Bulls win on Monday night, despite Jaylen Brown probably putting up a 40 burger. So give me the Bulls with the upset. You can take them on the money line. They beat good teams.
Yep. Use promo code SGPN25 when you download the Rhythm app for 25% off your first month. So download Rhythm, RITHMM, promo code SGPN25. All right. What else can we say about lightweight? Do you want me to recap first, or do you want to
I can throw the division? I'll throw the recap graphic up. Here we go.
I will give you, as that loads, I will give you a recap. We both have Ilya Topuria. I'm surprised I took him, but obviously I guess Gumby originally was surprised that they took him as well.
This has got our last weight class in there too.
Okay. All right. After you think it out, it makes sense that Topuria will still be the champ at the end of the year, whether he's active or not. So we both have $90 in him at -110. That is it for me for my best bets. Gumby through pizza bet, $10 on Paddy Pimblett at +550, which makes sense as well. If you expect him to win the next fight, he's going to at least be the interim champ, and then who knows? He could be someone getting stripped, or he could pull off an upset. Who's to say? And then our long shot plays. We both have Benoit Saint Denis, $50 +2,000. I have Faris Zayam to erase some smiles, $15 +25,000. Gumby has Chris Duncan, a bigger long shot, $30 at +70,000. So that is
not 70,000, 71.
7,000.
Yes,
70,000 would be even better. I was thinking, wow, he's pretty long here. Okay. So that is it for our plays. How do you see, can you even see how the division plays out here, Gumby? I guess you kind of already laid out how it's going to play. You think Pimblett's going to win, and then you think
I do. I am leaning on Pimblett in terms of my early title fight picture here. Not an official pick yet. We'll get to that when we break down that card in a couple of weeks. But I am going to say I think Pimblett comes out of that. I think you see Topuria back in, let's say, August, like International Fight Week. Kind of feels like a Topuria Paddy fight, right? Like that's a big enough fight to put on International Fight Week, headline a big numbered card, so to speak. Yep. Probably not going to see another title fight after that. Maybe one late in the year, depending on who it is that wins. Maybe Topuria is like itching to make a second defense after being away or something like that. So, I kind of see that being the case. In terms of other challengers, you unfortunately just kind of got people waiting in the wings, right? Because Charlie Olives and Max Holloway would be a really fun fight to count as a number one title fight, number one contender fight. But man, it just seems like there are a lot of roadblocks here, which is again why we're picking Topuria and putting him at the top of this list and all that kind of stuff. I would say that's probably the situation. And then obviously if BFD gets by Dan Hooker, he would be a fun fight for, like maybe him and Max Holloway wind up headlining a fight card towards the end of the year. That'd be a really nice fight night in a location, right? Like if they go back to Paris or something like that, Max Holloway versus BSD in Paris. I think would probably sell. Yeah, it would sell really well. So a lot of fun fights to be made in this division. But as always, like lightweight has kind of been one of those divisions that's historically been like very stuck at the top and in like a big need of like a clean out turnover, a bunch of new faces coming up. But I mean, we did see some new faces last year. We didn't mention Killian Salkeld in this breakdown.
I was going to mention him. He's the future stock you're going to buy.
Yeah. When we talk about at the end of all these episodes, like Killian Salkeld is like one of the most interesting fighters, both because if you watch him coming up, his like way of getting to the UFC was like by being a really good grappler. Notably he beat one of the show's favorites, Dom Marfan, Street Buddha, multiple times in regional MMA, largely just by being a better grappler and like winning all the grappling positions against a guy who's a damn good wrestler in Dom Marfan. So, he kind of came up through wrestling and being really good at jiu-jitsu. And now he has 2 knockout of the night bonuses. One of them being a KO of the year contender, really. If there weren't so many spinning elbows and spinning heel kicks,
people love those, don't they?
Yeah, I mean,
if you spin, you're gonna win.
Yeah, it's pretty much, in my opinion, it's down to Lerone Murphy and Gian Silva for knockout of the year, right? But Killian Salkeld's head kick in a lot of other years of Nasrat Haqparast definitely would have put him up there, and instead he's kind of left out in the cold. But 2 big knockouts for a guy who kind of came up as a grappler. Like, man, he's really rounding things out in like a very fun way. And they're giving him a super winnable matchup at home next. It's clear the UFC likes him too.
Yep. How about an even bigger, even younger Aussie fighter, Tom Nolan? He's a year younger, 3 inches taller. He's 4-1 in the UFC. He's won 4 straight fights.
I see big holes in his game comparatively. He's like, in my opinion, he's way more hittable. And as I said, like kind of what I'm really liking about Chalkx is, right, it's like a grappler who's like figured out the striking to the point where his striking is not just not a problem, but it's dangerous. Whereas like, the thing that Nolan's been good at is still the thing he's good at, which is, being long and lanky and knocking people out. Yep. So like, he'll keep doing that, but like, also he'll run into a guy with a sick double leg at some point, Yeah.
How about Felipe Bunes? Anything about him?
You're a big Felipe Bunes guy.
I am, regardless of the division. All right, lightweight. Put a bow on lightweight. We'll be in the Discord chatting about whatever is going on now in MMA. So not much. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Discord. There's always people chatting in there, regardless whether there's events going on or not. We are obviously in YouTube. Maybe you're watching us right now. You can comment in the comment section, MMA Gambling Podcast. We are on Twitter, X, SGPN MMA. He's at Gumby Vreeland. I'm at Jeff Fox Writer, at Jeff Fox Writer on Instagram as well. You can check out my Substack at moneymma.substack.com. You can listen to Gumby interview some LFA fighters on Top Turtle. Who are the LFA fighters in question?
We got the co-main event, Josiah Harrell, who is going to be the co-main event of the first LFA card of the year. That's LFA 224 on January 16th. So Josiah Harrell will be the co-main event of that fight card. And then we're also talking to Isaiah Gomez, who is an up-and-coming heavyweight you're going to want to keep an eye on.
So check that out. That is Top Turtle. Of course, you can find us at sportsgamblingpodcast.com, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/store, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Patreon. Gumby will bid you farewell until tomorrow.
All right, I'm Data Gumby Vreeland. He's the muscle hamster, Jeff Fox, and we will see you tomorrow.